welcome to the show. I am your host, Clyde Brown, and this is Spooky Talk, the talk show that's spooky. We've got a great show for you, but be warned, this talk show presents spooky sights and sounds that for some may be too spooky. But I think you can handle it. Coming up on this show, I have an interview with Craig Vance, who is a horror movie host. And for my money, you couldn't ask for more from a horror movie host. This guy's got it all. Also on the show, I have some spooky talk phone calls from viewers that you're going to want to hear. And hey, let's get right to some spooky phone messages, shall we? Here we go.
Hi, my name is Dorothy, and I live in Ypsilanti Township, and I watch you on our community television, Channel 17. I can't tell you how much I enjoy your show. Really enjoy it. I would have called sooner, but I had to watch the movie review. I just enjoy your show so much. I wish it was on more. Thank you for having it. Bye.
Boy, oh boy, how nice, Dorothy. That's so nice of you, such kind words. The movie review won't be on this show. We got this great interview with Craig Vance that I hope you enjoy. Boy, oh boy. Dorothy, I hope we can live up to your expectations of more shows. Keep watching. Thank you so much. All right, let's get right into it. The interview with Craig Vance here on Spooky Talk. Let's first see Craig in action.
Hello, am I on? Hello? Yes, here we are. Hello, my television-bound minions. Welcome to tonight's festivities. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ormond Grimsby, Undertaker to the already deceased, serving the greater Raleigh area since 1999. And I'm coming to you live instead of your regularly scheduled broadcast. I don't want to say I'm pirating NBC 17, but I have my special ways of reaching your airwaves. Ew, Comcasts and satellite signals, if you will. I caution you thugs at NBC 17 not to try to find me. You cannot stop my signal. I'm in a top secret lair, at least 5 feet beneath the Earth's crust. Spared no expense. Now, you at home are probably asking, Ormond, you handsome man-beast, why are you on my TV? Why are you assaulting my senses with those rakish good looks? Well, good question. Because it's Halloween. Halloween, the greatest of all holidays, when the deceased draw near and we can crush the moldering corpses of our long-dead loved ones to our bosoms. The one day we can hang skeletons and without alarming the neighbors, and we pull out those long knives to carve those pumpkins. Oh, sorry, I was overcome by emotion, as you could tell from my performance. I was just remembering my own family. Halloween was just as a youthful undertaker, what an experience. The skeletons, the knives, the bosoms, so many memories, so much terror, and I want to provide a little terror for your families this year at Halloween. I have a treat for all of you, retrieved from my own vile vaults of cinematic sinfulness. I present to you a lost classic. Well, maybe not so much lost as stolen. A film so rare, even the people who made it never saw it and can't remember making it in the first place. Yes, I'm talking about the original London After Midnight with Lon Chaney, the holy grail of monster movies. I have the only copy in existence here in all its original scarifying glory. Remastered, recut, rescored, reimagined in digital HD or monovision 3D, that is. Yes. So, without further delay, I give you the greatest Halloween gift you will ever or could ever receive. Ormond Grimsby, Lon Chaney's London After Midnight. Let's roll it, shall we? I seem to recall that being longer. Oh my. Well, we seem to be having some technical difficulties. Tech support. Oh boy, this could take a while. Tell you what, let's send Murph on a chip run and grab some snacks while I motivate the tech support staff. Hey Murph, how about you run out and get us some refreshments for the folks at home?
Spooky Talk interviewed Craig Vance, who hosts horror movies as a zombie undertaker named Ormond Grimsby. We asked, what is a horror host?
What is a horror host? Well, that's an excellent question. Horror hosting, well, historically, started back in the, 50s with the most well-known hosts were, of course, Zachary and Vampira, and they were brought into the stations to host old B-movies. At the time, weren't technically B-movies. They were some of the classic Universals. They didn't have internet or videotape back then. They had theaters, and they would sometimes bring the prints back out, but people had no way of rediscovering some of the Universal classics. So back in the 50s, there was a package sold to many of the local affiliates, and in order to ramp up ratings, they thought, well, we need to do more than just show these films, so they had hosts come in and actually do some shtick where they would dress up and host these films. Well, previously to horror hosts, if we want to get a little bit more into the history, there were magicians who would do horror hosting, if you will, on stage, or spook shows. And some of these guys were straight magicians going back to the 30s and the 40s, and they would do these things that would travel with motion pictures called spook shows, and they'd come to different towns, usually on Friday and Saturday nights, and they'd host these things at midnight, and they would do a 1-hour magic show that was usually centered around the macabre, where they would saw girls in half, or girl-to-gorilla tricks where they'd transform women into gorillas, or do really funny things in participation with young audiences. And then at the very end, they'd have what was called a blackout, where they would turn out the lights, and something would happen to the audience. They'd have rats come out, or simulate rats coming out, or spiders, or they'd have floating apparitions that would be glow-in-the-dark ghosts, and then they'd start the film. Well, the transition to horror hosts was directly related to those spook show hosts, where they would make the transition to TV.